American Idol came back, and it is now on ABC when it used to be on Fox. It was off the air for 2 years, and now we're full swing top 24. What are we thinking?
First week, top 24. They're doing a top 14 this year, and 12 performed this week. 7 made it through to the top 14, and 5 got eliminated.
What did we think about the people who got eliminated? Let's just read off some of the names for those of you who watch. I'm assuming if you're watching this that you've been watching. One of the people that was eliminated was Trevor McBane. Is that the right name? Is that the guy's name?
Yeah.
We had KK get eliminated. We had Layla Springs.
Layla Spring got eliminated.
Dominique got eliminated, and there was one more person that got eliminated.
And
I'm just opening up the tab because we're doing this unedited, people.
Brandon Diaz.
Who
deserved to get eliminated solely because he picked the stupidest song choice in the world, deciding to sing Hello in front of Lionel Richie. In terms of people who did get eliminated, I don't think there were any, big shocking. One thing I would do is maybe put Layla in over Jonny, who made it. But that's a minor complaint because she also had her own problems. I think she is still very young, but I would have preferred to see her over Jonny because Jonny Brenns, I think his name is just, I think, the blandest possible contestant you could be. He's just a normal tall guy, has an average voice, wears a white shirt, talks in a very monotone voice. I think he's so boring. So that was the only mistake I think the judges made in choosing their 7. The rest, I don't think there were any huge shocks or huge people that really had a chance of winning that were knocked off early.
Well, they wanted to make us think that Catie Turner was going to get eliminated. They left her for last to save her for the top 14.
Could we just admit now? I mean, I love Katie. She's funny. She's great. But she's just their pawn right now. Meaning she has some talent, but tonight's duet was okay, but her last 2 performances have been ridiculous.
I think what first attracted me to her was that she is a songwriter and she has these really spunky lyrics that she writes and also a really beautiful voice to go with it when she sings over the guitar.
Yeah, she does.
And now she's been changing things up, trying to be big and bold, and I don't know if it works.
Another stupid song choice. She said Call Me by Blondie, which is nowhere fits her and whatever. She sang Lady Gaga, which in no way fits her.
But I really want her to stick around. I really like her.
I mean, she's fun, and I guess I did want her to stick around just for pure entertainment value because she's funny and the other people weren't so great that they needed to be there ahead of her. So I was happy she made it, but I will say that she's the June of the season, I think. She has some talent, but they're mainly there to give some entertainment until the competition gets serious. I don't think she has a serious chance of winning.
Well, on that note, this season, the competition feels a lot more serious than it ever has been. All the other seasons that I've seen, there was always some large entertainment factor that had nothing to do with the music. You know, we used to have those auditions with these outrageous people, and now they didn't really do that anymore, which I think is a good thing. And what was the top 24, now the top 19, they're filled with really talented people. There isn't really anyone that I think needs to go immediately. Obviously, there are stronger ones than others, but I'm really impressed with this group of singers.
So I think in terms of the people who made it this week and the people who performed this week, I think there are 2 standouts, and that's Cade.
Whoa! I freaking love him!
Cade Foehner, I think is how you pronounce his last name.
Foehner?
Foehner.
I hope we
Cade
said it
Foehner,
right.
Who they didn't show. I don't know if they showed his initial audition, but he has been killing it since he sang Rebel Just for Kicks.
Yeah, I first noticed him Hollywood Week, Dreamcatcher hanging off of his guitar.
He's picked the right songs and performed really well. He looks comfortable on stage. He looks like a pro. Even though I don't love that form of music, I don't think people can deny that he's one of the front runners so far. And the other one, who is my personal favorite of this week, would be Gabby Barrett, who is a country singer who sang My Church for her solo performance, and then she slayed it in her duet with Sugarland with Jennifer Nettle singing Stay.
Yeah.
And I think those are the two people this week who have a serious shot at winning. Out of what we've seen so far, I mean, there are always shocks. You know, no one expected Chris Allen to win the season he won. No one expected Lee to win the season he won. So there are always some shocks, but out of the people who are there now, those are the ones that have really performed very consistently and have always showed up. Now, there are a few others that we liked. So who are some dark horses that you could see making the competition interesting for people like Gabby and Cade that could, you know, if they really show up, they might give some people a run for their money?
Well, she hasn't performed yet this week, but you know, somebody...
But for this week...
Oh, man! I just have to wait for next week to hear.
For this week,
well,
the ones that we know are through.
Dennis Lorenzo, he didn't really make a big impression for me before he did his duet with an artist I had never heard of before, singing a song I had never heard of before, Unaware, with Alan Stone. That was a freaking beautiful song, and it was a beautiful performance. That's a style of music I love to listen to, and I could see him, if he sticks to that style that blends with him really well, I think maybe he could be a dark horse.
I think the problem for him is going to be...
And I have another one.
Is going to be song choice, because for his solo round, he picked Rude by Magic, which was just an awful song choice. I mean, it's just a karaoke type song. You can't really do anything with it. And second of all, it's not even his style. He's more, I don't know about folksy, but he's more like acoustic-y type.
Yeah.
Like his voice is not that, it just wasn't the right song. So he really messed up on his solo weeks, and I think he was lucky that he was someone who they pimped out during the auditions and throughout Hollywood Week, and there's someone that they really like, and I think that, along with the duet, was enough to slide him through, and there wasn't anyone that was left that was so good that they could overtake his place. So if he picks the right songs, and if he plays the guitar, and, you know, picks songs that fit his voice, he will have a chance to go far, I think. And I already know who you're going to say, so why don't you say the other one?
Michael J. Woodard, I really, really like. I didn't love his duet, but when he sang the Beatles song Golden Slumbers, that was freaking beautiful. I loved his Hollywood Week performance, and I don't remember his audition, but I'm expecting big things from him.
I think, yeah, they did, I think, show his audition. I don't remember it either, but I think when he sang Maybe This Time from Cabaret, he really showed that he is a competitor in this competition. And while I didn't love his solo, I still think he's one of the better singers in the competitions, and he's one of the more entertaining. Not only does he have a good voice, and I think he knows himself better than Katie knows herself. They're kind of in that same territory where they're very weird, and their like pre-interviews and their dialogue are very fun to watch, which makes you root for them, not only just their singing, which is important, but I think he knows a little bit more who he is. He picks better songs, and he's vocally been better than Katie so far, out of the two weirdos this week.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say about Katie and Michael, and I never usually care about this stuff, but the wardrobes have just been a hot mess.
Well, okay, Michael, he looks like an exterminator every
Yeah, he's
week.
been dressed up as exterminator. And
I really don't care about that. It's funny to look at, but I really don't care about what they're wearing.
Katie's dress on solo night was so insane that it was just, I had no idea what was going on. On the duet night, which was tonight, it was a little bit better, and she performed a little bit better tonight. But
I think they don't work with the stylist until
I don't know sure if
they
they're
go
gonna
live.
work with a stylist, but they
will eventually.
Michael needs to get a new anything because has been wearing the same shirt for the last 4 weeks.
Maybe it's his bowling alley uniform. I don't know.
Maybe that could be. I
don't know.
But the other one who made it through, someone that deserved up some controversy for Rebecca, is Michelle Sussett.
No, Michelle.
Michelle. Mulan.
I'm going nuts.
Kutuzu.
Shut up. Michelle Sussett. From the moment I saw her, I knew right away she is channeling Selena Quintanilla Perez, who, I could just say Selena, the queen of Tejano music. And that rubs me the wrong way because it comes across like she's doing an imitation and she's not always being herself. But lately she's been coming more out of her shell, I guess, and being herself when she sang with, who did she sing with? She sang,
she sang with the guy who sings Despacito.
I Can't Make You Love Me, with, I forgot his name. But that I did like that performance. But what rubs me the wrong way about her is that she's imitating Selena in a lot of ways, especially with her style.
The thing with Michelle is that from her initial audition, when we first saw it, we thought it might have been a joke audition. Like, we weren't even sure what was going on. Like, she was dancing and the judges were up there dancing with her. And
she's trying to connect with the
crowd. And it kind of seemed like it was a joke, and I was surprised that she made it through even. But she's had her solo performance was decent. She sang English and Spanish, If I Were a Boy, and it was decent.
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but it was decent. Her duet was pretty good.
What really impressed me with her, though, was during Hollywood Week when she had a problem with her voice and she was singing I'm Coming Out. But is that the name of the song? Coming Out with Diana Ross. I thought she sounded really good with her tired vocals, believe it or not, and pretty powerful. But I don't think she's going to be around much longer.
Well, it depends on who gets through next week.
Yeah.
I guess. But I do think she'd be in the lower tier of who made it through this week. I think Jonny is the weakest to make it through this week because there's nothing really to him. He's just very bland, and I don't think his solo performance was fine, but he hasn't. All the others at least have gave a performance that really stood out. I can't remember. I don't think I remember anything that he sang. Can you?
No, I think he just has a sweetness about him.
For those who don't know, he's the one who didn't bring his parents to the audition, and the other thing is he didn't bring his parents to the audition. He was like,
we gotta wrap it up soon.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't bring his parents to the audition because he said they might not be supportive, but they seem pretty supportive now. So I don't know if that was just a storyline or what's going on over there. But right now I'm not feeling him so much. I'm not hating him, but I'm nothing him. So I think our top twos are the same. Cade and Gabby. And we both like Michael and
Dennis.
And we like Katie, but we want more from her.
Yeah, I think we'll get more from her soon. So what are you guys thinking?
And before we wrap it up, I think we should just say a quick thing, since these are new judges, and judges serve a purpose on the show. We should mention, I think our opinions are similar. We both like Katie and Lionel and don't like Luke. So
Luke, I need more from you. You're not saying anything important.
Luke doesn't say anything. Katie and Lionel, while this week they kind of were just giving, kind words to everyone. I think it was because they were eliminating them.
Yeah.
But I think
it's gonna change.
I think at the live shows, Katie and Lionel are gonna be more honest and be judges that could really help people. And there haven't been many of them in past seasons. So I'm hopeful that Lionel and Katie could be the honest judges that the contestants are going to need. And I think overall the format is working pretty well. I didn't really love the format of the judges sitting on the stage just in front of everyone. I thought it was kind of weird.
I have no problem with that. I really don't care about that crap.
But yeah, I think it's it's a more authentic show than it's been in years past. It's more fun.
Yeah. And it feels...
There's more energy to it. It feels like
this is a music show. For so long, it felt like a popularity contest. And, you know, it'll come out more in future installments of this series. But this show has gotten me crazy in the past. And so far, so good. I've been pretty calm. My pulse is good.
Well, we'll see about next week what happens. Until then.
So let us know what you're thinking down in the comments. And we will...
See you.
See you next time.